For natural sounds too, I have been calling my bad decisions research under the guise of experiential methodology. This performance presents the conclusions I have come to so far in these experiences with the guiding question, how does sound transform us? In my research, I have found that sound transforms us in three modes: architecture, infinity, and fiction. Architecture is the place where one is psychologically transported. Infinity is the moment. Fiction is the presence and the memory, the evidence of an intangible happening. Let's start with architecture. These states happen, in my experience, in the order I've presented. Architecture is a shortened phrase I use to describe psychological or sonic architecture. When we hear sounds, whether it be basking in evolving chords or dancing to a boomy kick, we build architecture or furniture in our minds where our weight can be shifted onto. A human voice cannot be present, though. That is the beauty of electronic music. There is no dictation of how to feel or what to think. Psychological architecture is unique to each listener and each sonic confrontation. We are transported to a world of our own design. The subconscious is engaged. The body dissolves. The mind builds a new landscape to negotiate. Then comes infinity. This is right before the crash. Right before the anxiety kicks back in. Right before you remember you are a person. It's that beautiful, sweet moment of eternity where one is suspended in time, forgets what they're doing, forgets where they are, forgets how uncomfortable their office chair makes their back feel. A state of sonic euphoria. The body is at ease. The body moves automatically. The body enters a state of total dissolution. The self indulges in a state pure pleasure, where weightlessness is achieved. This is where scholarship dismisses the club experience as hedonistic, mindless, and meaningless. But infinity is not limited to drugs nor the club setting. I've felt this weightlessness many times at home, with headphones on. That's the core of Natural Sounds 1. Sonic experiences transgress boundaries. Talking about it spoils it though. Great sonic experiences speak for themselves. Infinity is where we enter what Code Woeshin calls the terminally stupid sublime. It's a name for the peak experiences I just described. The terminally stupid sublime is where fiction inspires itself. I've been making pathetic attempts for months to articulate the terminally stupid sublime with drawings like this. What is this fiction I keep referring to? Code Woeshin also coined the phrase, sonic fiction, in his book More Brilliant Than the Sun. Sonic fiction is everywhere. In conversations about vernacular culture, in music videos, sound art compositions and on record sleeves, in everyday encounters with sonic experiences and in every single piece of writing about sound. Where one can find sounds, one will also detect bits of fiction. Fiction is built when some distance has accumulated from infinity. Fiction reflects on the moment of weightlessness. It evaluates the architecture from an outside perspective. My hellish night out in the East Village is a piece of sonic fiction. When I lost my friend on the dance floor and started panicking while I could feel the compression in my teeth. Fiction manifests itself in a number of forms, though. It's not all sound. It's my fascination with word as image, word as noise. Natural Sounds 2 is a contained piece of sonic fiction, including my experiential methodology, Natural Sounds 1, liner notes, prints, nonsensical words, installations, cassettes, and writing. Pieces and worlds of sonic fiction exist everywhere. Natural Sounds is performance. I am so tired, and what do I have to show for this performance besides waking up with concrete in my skin, regret, countless hangovers, chronic brain fog, and an empty wallet and nights I can hardly remember? I have indulged in the ecstasy of disappearance. I have exhausted myself searching for sonic infinity in the name of a sonic fiction, and I feel crazy. I want to apologize to my mom and repent, and I made it all up. It's all fake. Are you listening to me? I've exhausted myself from being able to engage with an experiential methodology. I don't feel great after it, but I don't know if I would have been able to come to these conclusions without it. It would have been nice if I could.